First Test, which is the first book in the Protector of the Small series by Tamora Pierce. A lot of her books are set in this feudal kingdom named Tortall. In the first book, Alana, we have a girl who tries to become a knight. Only boys can be knights. When noblemen's children turn 10, the boys have several options, the girls only have one. They get sent to the sisters, which is this world's version of nuns, and learn to become ladies. Alana did not want to do that. She was a tomboy who couldn't sit still for 10 seconds and loved a good clean fight. She wanted to be a knight. She spent 8 years in drag to earn her sword and shield. The royalty changes, and the guy she grew up with becomes king, and knowing her, and having grown up with her and seeing what a woman can do, decides, this whole guy-only thing, this is stupid. I'm making a proclamation. Girls can train to be pages. But it has been 10 years, and no girl has stepped forward. This series, Protector of the Small, is about the first girl to try to become a knight openly as a girl. The king's champion could hardly contain her glee. Baron Pierce of Mindelen had written to King Jonathan to say that his daughter wished to be a page. Alana fought to sit still as she watched Wilden of Caval, the royal training master, read the Baron's letter. Lord Wilden resettled his arm in its sling.
I did not agree to this, Your Majesty.
We desire this girl to train as a page.
May we compromise, sire?
Alana stiffened. Come, she began to say. The king silenced her with a look. What do you want, my lord?
Probation for a year. By the end of the summer field camp, if she has not convinced me of her ability to keep up, she must go home.
No boy has ever undergone a probationary period. The crown needed him. Too many great nobles, dismayed by the changes in Tortall since Jonathan's coronation, felt that Wilden was their voice at court. If he resigned, the king and queen would find it hard to get support for their future changes. At last Jonathan said, Keladry of Mindelen shall have a year's probation.
Lady Alana must keep from all contact with the girl. Even a moment's conversation will give rise to suspicion.
All contact? Cried Alana. But she'll be the only girl among over 20 boys. She'll have questions I could help. She realized what she had said and fell silent. King Jonathan gently patted her shoulder. Lord Wilden has the right of it. You must stay away from Keladry of Mindelen, Alana.
Seriously?
That's probably the right reaction.
Alana basically proved that girls can be knights too, and this guy is saying that girls can't be knights with a girl knight in the room.
Misogynist gonna be misogynist. What do you want? She did something shady. She was hiding her gender. After all, that means she's deceptive. She can't be trusted. One girl knight might not be proof. One girl knight might just be the exception to the rule. Two is proof. And a lot of people don't want that proof to exist. Now, why is it that Alana is not allowed to help Keladry?
They're afraid that she might use her magic to help her instead of her doing it on her own.
Well, certainly they fear that someone would claim that, absolutely.
Because if Alana helps her, then she's giving her special treatment.
No other page has ever gotten help from the king's champion. It would. Now, on the other hand, might there be a legit reason for her to help Keladry?
She has to be amongst all these boys for 8 whole years. She can help Keladry emotionally.
Right.
Alana, of course, went through it in drag, so she got treated like just another boy. Maybe a scrawny small boy, but still a boy. Keladry is going openly female. Therefore, there's a whole other realm of hazing and teasing and stereotype that's going to go along with that.
Alana looks at it as like, I could counterbalance that. But of course, if she does that, there will always be rumors that Keladry didn't do it on her own. She basically is being treated as if you are the representative of everything your gender can do. No pressure, kid. Baron Pierce and Lady Elaine of Mindelen watched Keladry read the reply from the training master. No boys have probation. I'm supposed to be treated the same. Don't give your answer yet, Baron Pierce said quickly. Take the letter with you. Think about what it says. You're not hasty, Kel. This is a bad time to start. Reflect as if you have all of time, even when time is short, added her mother in Yamani. Be as stone. So she goes and figures, I'm going to leave the village, go down to the Doman River by the woods. Her mind was made up. If they couldn't treat her the same as they would the boys, then she wasn't going to settle for a half portion. She would have to become a warrior some other way. Rough voices reached her ear. Hurry up! A boy growled from near the river. Do you want us to get caught? The cow's at home, replied a second boy's voice. She stays there all morning. Kel stood listening. If they were on the lookout for her, then they were up to something bad. He saw 3 village boys. They were about to throw a wriggling cloth sack into the Doman. Put that down, she cried. The boys whirled, startled, dropping their burden on a half-submerged tree limb. And who's to make us stop, cow? The Yamanis had taught her well. She waded into those boys, using her club as an equalizer. Kel looked around for the sack. The current had tugged the tree limb on which it rested out into the deeper, faster water at the center of the river. She didn't hesitate, but waded into the water. Movement on the far bank made her look up. It looked like a giant furred spider nearly 5 feet tall, with one difference. The thing had a human head. Spidren are in our woods. The spidren squirted a high-flying gray stream that soared into the air over the river. As it dragged through the water, the sticky thing caught on the cloth sack. The spidren reeled in its catch as a fisherman might pull in a line. Kel brought the horn up to her mouth. She blew 5 hard blasts and might have continued to blow until help came as the spidren gathered up the sack. He discarded its web with one clawed foot, held the sack with a second, and reached into it with a third as it pulled out a wet and squirming kitten. Coming up with a stone in each fist, he hurled the first. It soared past the spidren, missing by inches. Her next stone caught it square in the head. It shrieked and began to climb the bluff that overlooked the river to its left, still holding the sack. Once she was on solid ground, she began to climb the bluff, her soaked feet digging for perches in soft dirt and rock. She was only 7 feet above the water, but the distance seemed more like 70 to her. A roar filled her ears and her head spun. Cold sweat trickled through her clothes. She clung to the face of the bluff with both arms and legs, sick with fear. Later, she could not recall hearing the monster scream as arrows thudded into its flesh. A man-at-arms climbed up to get her, gently prying her clutching fingers from their holds. They get her home, and her mom, her dad, and her older brother are talking, and later she walks into their study and says the following. I'll do it, she said quietly. I want the training and the right weapons. What have we learned about Keladry?
She's really brave. She was fighting those 3 village boys who were trying to drown the kittens. And that she was also fighting the spidren with only rocks and stones.
She does not like unfairness. She protects those who are smaller than her.
Remember last story, the Inquisitor's Apprentice?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is kind of like your immigrant. Do something that isn't really what you do.
Yes, there is a connection. This is about somebody doing something new. This is very much about the idea of social change, bullying, on civil rights. And it's always going to be that situation of you're not going to be given a fair chance. They are going to stack the odds against you. Your idea of getting a fair chance the first time it happens is never fair. It is always, you have to do better than them just to get the same as them because you need to prove in the eyes of everyone else that you deserve it.